The man cursed at a rich person once. A steel ring was clamped around his arm. The guard opened a small window on the train. Then he shoved the man's arm outside. The man let out a piercing scream. But 3 seconds later, he suddenly went silent. Because outside, the temperature was minus 1 million degrees. His arm froze solid in an instant. A minute later, it was pulled back into the carriage. After confirming it was completely frozen, the guard raised a massive iron hammer. Faced with this brutal scene, none of the poor passengers dared to resist. Because Earth had entered a new ice age. 99% of humanity had turned into frozen statues. Only the remaining 1% of survivors hid aboard this train that had been running for 17 years. But sadly, even here, the rich lived luxuriously in the front carriages, enjoying a life beyond nobility, while the poor were crammed into the filthy rear cars, surviving on a single protein block each day. Or still, the rich would sometimes take the poor children away, and if a poor man dared to curse them, his arm would be smashed to pieces. Finally, under Captain America's lead, the poor decided to rise up. After a year of observation, Stephen discovered that the guards had no bullets. He pointed a gun at himself to prove it.
You've got no bullets!
Then easily overpowered the guard. The poor used an iron pipe as a battering ram and broke through the carriage door. The unarmed guards were quickly overwhelmed. The last guard swung his huge hammer wildly, keeping everyone at bay. Jack took off his coat, dodged the hammer with agility, and drove his blade straight into the guard's heart. With the keys from the fallen guard, they finally entered the middle-class section. For the first time, the poor saw the outside world. Everyone was stunned by what they saw, but it wasn't time to admire the view. They pushed on to the next carriage. This was where the black protein blocks were made. Stephen wanted to see how their food was produced. Millions of cockroaches were being ground up in giant vats. He swore he would force the rich to eat this disgusting food. But in the next second, the doors opened automatically. Inside stood a group of guards wielding axes. Their eyes were all covered. Just as the poor prepared to fight, the guards put on night vision goggles. Before the poor could react, the train entered a tunnel. Blinded by darkness, they became helpless prey in the night.